Well, that was fast. CGC received this and shipped these books out within 48 hours. Please leave a like if hopefully that's good news for your books while the intro plays. How's it going, everyone? My name's Jordan and welcome to Basement Collectibles. And if you're new here and you like CGC unboxings, comics, toys, movies, and arcades, please consider subscribing for more great content. Just recently, I made a 10-book submission to CGC video. That was on October 1st. These 10 books here were books that were, again, from Modern Spec, and I didn't need them back anytime soon. So after the video on October 1st, I probably sent the books out a couple days later. I'm in Canada, so it obviously takes a good week or so to get to Florida. And all of a sudden, I received a notice on October 25th that my books were received at CGC, and then about half an hour later, my credit card bill got charged. I thought it was a little odd to get charged on my credit card and for them to show that they've received my books. After I send my books out, it takes at least a month for them to receive it, to put into their computer, to register all the books that I just sent to them. So after looking at my credit card, it was true that they did charge it. The next day, I checked to see, and it showed that it was scheduled for grading. And then a few hours later, it said shipped on October 26th. So the next day, I did get a call from FedEx saying these books were on their way. I also did a little more research about CGC's fast track on these modern books, and supposedly they're doing these for new members. I'm not a new member. I've had my account for about at least 2 years now, so definitely not a new member, but I can't complain about this. And I also heard they're doing a different way for modern books to speed it up, so that's great news. Let's see how they do on these grades though. And all in all, from shipping these books just after October 1st and receiving them, it was just under 4 weeks. So again, I can't complain, but let's see how we do on the grades, and let's get to unboxing this box. So while I'm opening this box, please let me know in the comments section below if you've heard about this from CGC or if any of your submissions are getting this treatment as well. So I haven't seen these grades yet, and I'll also go through what I've paid for each book, the CGC fee, and hopefully the potential profit right now in either a 9.6 and a 9.8. Obviously, my goal is to get a 9.8 on all these books, but we'll go through that while I pull each book out. And if there's anything changed in price from the last month, I'll put it down on the bottom of the screen. All right, try not to look at the grade. First book up is from DC's Black Label, The Nice House on the Lake. Sorry about the glare. Great JT4 book if you haven't had a chance to read it. I bought this for cover price, and with the CGC fees, I'm in it for about $40. And let's see what we got here. 9.8. Great start to the submission. So for a 9.8 right now is going for around $160 last time I checked. But again, if anything is different, I'll put it down on the line right here. So next book up, from DC, Superman issue number 75. This is a childhood book for me. Growing up, I was a huge Batman collector, but when I found out about Superman's death, I had to get this book. My buddy ended up telling me, and I still didn't believe him until I got to the comic book shop, but I only was able to pick up the second print. So when I was able to find this newsstand in the first print, I bought it for $5. I had to pick it up. I'm hoping for a 9.8, but I feel like this is going to probably be around a 9.6. I did get a quick press on this, but there's still a couple dings on this, but let's see what we got. 9.6, yeah. It would have been nice to have a 9.8 in this book, but again, this is for my personal collection. And again, I bought this for cover price, so I'm around $40 all in on this book. And at the time of making the submission video, a first print newsstand was going for around $390. Still think that was pretty high. So this book could be valued around maybe the $200 mark if I was lucky enough to get a buyer for this. But again, this is going to stay in my personal collection. And the third book up, from Image, Noctera issue number 1, and this is the glow in the dark edition. In a previous video in books that I've been speccing on or going all in on, I was able to pick most of these Noctera books up for cover price. After I picked up these books and made the video, luckily enough, there's supposedly going to be at least a TV show for this series, and it's a really great series regardless, so I highly recommend picking this up. In the Noctera glow in the dark, if I can find it, I bought this again for cover price, so I'm all in for about around $40, and the recent sales on this book was about $160. So let's see what we got if it's a 9.8. 9.8, perfect. And the fourth book, Noctera, the variant cover G. I believe this is the 1 in 10. The 1 in 10, again, I got for cover price. So all in, about around $40 with the CGC fees. And recent sales were going for about $90 in a 9.8. So let's see what we got. 9.8, great. So right now we're 3 for 4 in the 9.8s. And book number 5. The second copy of The Nice House on the Lake by JT4. Again, I got this for cover price. If it hits the 9.8, it was currently selling for about $160 a month ago. So let's see what we got. 9.8, great. So 2 for 2 in the submission for The Nice House on the Lake. Again, with the black cover, but at least on the back cover, it's not all black as well. So that definitely helped. And I was able to pick this off the rack, read it, and carefully put it back in the bag and board. Book number 6. Okay, so Noctera, this is the secret variant cover. This is where you can see the piece over her face. And the secret variant cover, if I can read it. Sorry, I bought this for $10 at the time. And so I'll be in with the CGC fees for around $45. And it was selling for about $160 last month in a 9.8. So let's see what we got. 9.8, great. Really love this cover too. So I'm glad I was able to get the secret variant cover in a 9.8. And book number 7. From Image, Geiger, issue number 1, a really great series. For Geiger, I paid cover price, so again, around $40 or just under $40 with the CGC fees. And at the time that I submitted this book was going for around $80. And that was in a 9.8, and let's see what we got. 9.8, great. I was kind of on the fence about this. I was really hoping to get the 9.8, and again, no lower than a 9.6. And book number 8. Another Noctera book, but this is the cover A, and I paid cover price for this book. So I'm in this with the CGC fees for just under $40. And at the time of submission, these were selling for around $140. Now, that's when the news broke about this book. So it probably went down a little bit because, again, if there's no news, the books normally drop a bit. So for Noctera number 1 for $140 and a 9.8, and let's see what we got. 9.8, great. So perfect so far in all the Noctera books as well. And on to book number 9. Something is Killing the Children. This is the 8th print. I have all the rest of the print, so I wanted to see if I could get this in a 9.8 for the 8th print. And let's see what we have. Oh, before I do that, sorry, I bought this for cover price, so same thing applies, around just under $40 for fees. This was selling for $70 at the time. It probably dropped a little bit again because there's been no news about the Netflix series, but let's see what we got. 9.8, perfect. So for the 8 prints that I have of Something is Killing the Children issue number 1, I have 6 out of 8 that came back in a 9.8. And the 10th and final book for this submission, another Noctera cover A, issue number 1, and I bought this for cover price, so under $40 for the CGC fees. And at the time, like I was saying before, it went for about $140, so probably a little bit lower now because the news broke and it's been well over a month now. But again, hopefully a 9.8 to finish off this great submission. 9.8, perfect. So we went 9 for 10 out of all these books. The only book that didn't hit 9.8 was a Superman 75, but I knew that was a gamble. It was a 50-50 on either a 9.6 or 9.8, but I couldn't be happier. So besides the Superman number 75, I'll also be keeping for my collection a Geiger issue number 1, at least the Noctera issue number 1 secret variant, and at least one of The Nice House on the Lake, issue number 1 in a 9.8. Majority will be for sale. Again, I always like to pay off my CGC fees, and also I was able to buy another great book for my collection. So most of these books will go for sale. That way I can pay back some of my comic book debt. So what did you guys think of my CGC submission? And please leave in the comments below what books you would keep or what books you would sell. I'm really happy that I was able to get these grades for these books. And also, what did you think about that 48-hour turnaround? And please let me know if this has happened to any of your recent submissions from CGC. So that's it for this video, and if you're new here, please like, comment, and possibly subscribe on your way out. And welcome to all the new subscribers to this channel, and I'll see everybody on the next one. Take care.